Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. My name is Comfort Eyitayo, your regular host for the Connect with Comfort show. I'm excited and glad that you're able to join us today. Thank you very much. You are most welcome. Today's topic is what lies at the heart of every successful business, that is building customer loyalty. Without customers, what can we do? In a world where competition is fierce and customers' expectations are constantly evolving, cultivating unwavering loyalty from our customers is the key to not just survival, but thriving in the marketplace. In the show today, we will explore the strategies, insights, and best practices that can help us forge enduring connections with our customers. This will lead to a loyal and dedicated customer base, as well as sustainable growth for our business. We have our experts already in the house. Please remain connected as we embark on this journey together by unlocking the secrets to building lasting relationships and fostering loyalty that transcends transactional boundaries. We'll be right back after this short break. Thank you. You are welcome back. First, let me apologize that the show started a little bit late. We had a slight glitch. That's part of the technological era that we're in. Our guest, like I said, of for this show is already with us in the house, and our distinguished guest is no other than Mr. Taiwo Ayetimeyin. Mr. Taiwo Ayetimeyin is a digital marketing expert and also a social development consultant. He is the CEO of Manifest and Profit Limited. We are glad and delighted to have you with us this evening, Mr. Taiwo Ayetimeyin,
Good
and
evening.
appreciate that you are ready to share your great insight with us on out of your vast experience in this line of business. Thank you very much for joining us. You are welcome.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're watching. I'm glad to be here. Thank you very much, Mark, for this honor to be able to grace this show. I am so much delighted to share from what I know and, of course, to engage and even learn more for you as well. I look forward to a very enlightening session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, without much ado, we fire straight on our first question, and that is, what is the definition of customers' loyalty, and why is it important for businesses?
All right. Customer loyalty is about the strong, passionate, consistent preference your customers have, towards a particular brand, product, or service. It's that consistent choice that they make over every other option available to them. And it's very important because customers provide that stable revenue for every organization. When you have loyal customers, it reduces your marketing costs because through referrals you are able to get repeat customers, and of course through that you can try new offerings, and that will increase your brand reputation, increase your sustainability, and of course contribute to the long-term success of every business. Every organization, whether you're in the non-profit or in the for-profit space, should strive towards having repeat customers, and must and to do that, you need to be able to engender customer or donor loyalty.
Okay, very good. Having understood the importance of having customer loyalty, how best can we identify most loyal customers?
All right. So as a CEO, you must be interested in who's buying from you. As the chairman or founder of any business, you must know those who are keeping your business afloat. The moment you take them out of sight, I mean that business is going to come down crumbling. And to do that, first of all, you need to pay attention to your salesmen, your front desk officers. You need to treat them right. There are so many ways you can identify your loyal customers. All right, you should have records in the first place. But I'll start by saying you must pay attention to those who even interface with your customers, your sales reps, your customer service officers. How do they even how do they communicate with your customers? I tell you, these people can give you deeper insights about every of your customer, whether you're there or not. And of course, to identify those loyal customers, you must be able to analyze their um, purchasing frequency. And that goes back to basic record keeping, or having a system in place where you are able to get feedback, conduct surveys, and of course, use a whole lot of um, ways to ensure that, yes, people who are buying repeatedly, you get to know them. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that answer. And that brings me to the next question. How do we evolve strategies to build this all important customer loyalty?
Okay. When you have an effective customer loyalty program in place, what it does is that it increases your ability to retain your customers. When people know that, first of all, there is even a reward for patronizing, because people are driven by different things. You know, whatever your business is doing, whatever cause your NGO is serving, whether as a donor, whether as a member of the governing board, or even whether as a staff, because I'm going to say that again, your staff are your number one customers. If you don't treat your staff well, they won't treat your external customers well. If you don't treat your internal customers well, they won't treat your external customers. So everything I'm saying is not just about the guy who walks in through the front door and buys from you. How about those who resume there every day? You need to understand that they are your customers, as well. So when you have that in place, people will go all out for you. They become advocates for your business. They become advocate for your brand. They will drive, and ensure that that business, stays afloat. And of course, there are quite a number of strategies you can put in place to ensure customer loyalty. First of all, like I said, people are driven by so many things. You must understand your customer. That's where KYC programs come into place. Who are those buying from you? If you have a KYC, and by KYC I mean you know your customer system in place, right? The financial institutions from time to time conduct, different surveys, asking you about certain things. Every business, every organization needs to have that in place. So with that, you can know those who are driven by certain things. Some it could just be for the cause of sustainability. For some, it could just be for a cause of a better, a cleaner and healthier community. Why for some? For the fact that, oh, they are working there, for the fact that they are patronizing your business, they will expect some form of, you know, cashback reward. So you must have a reward system in place, right? Loyalty programs, can come up from time to time. From your records, you get to know those who are buying from you, those who are patronizing you. And of course, you can ensure to put in place superior customer service. Nothing is Nothing works better than superior customer service. When people can walk into your organization, whether through your online presence or your offline presence, and get their expectations surpassed, that will keep them as a customer for life. There are some customers you may never even meet physically, you know, but they will just keep buying from you. And these days too, you have remote staff, right? Again, your internal customers are one of your customers. So you have remote staff working for you in different parts of the world. People will stay in organization where they are treated like humans, not just as numbers. People will keep coming to your organization, your non-profit, your church, your business, when they understand that, first of all, they are recognized as humans, not just statistics. They are recognized and they are rewarded one way or the other. So they know that people can identify with them. They know people can meet them in their trying moments and associate with. And so these days, businesses go even beyond, you know, just transactions. In the 21st century, business that is thriving and will thrive are businesses that have gone just beyond buying and selling. Businesses that can celebrate their customers in moments, you know, where they are happy, businesses that can identify emotionally and build closer connections, right, with customers. Again, that can only be done when you showcase genuine care and appreciation.
Thank you very much. That's a loaded response for this very important question. With that, I'm sure we are able to see how best to retain our customer and possibly get more from referral and the internal customers that are staff, which we sometimes overlook. We have been told of their importance. So we've taken a hint from that. Thank you very much for that. With all this, and having put all this in place, these strategies that you have so well enunciated, how do we then measure the success of these strategies on our customer loyalty initiatives?
All right, so there are several ways that can be measured. When you have those strategies put in place, it will definitely lead to repeat customers. And so in the first place, if you have systems in place, or when you have system in place, from their purchase frequency, excuse me now, from their purchase frequency, from their um, donor history, and that goes to show that for every organization, you need to put in place a customer relationship management system that keeps a profile of every of your donor or your customers, those who are buying from you, those who are sponsoring, those who are donating to your causes one way or the other, right? That way, it will even show, whether they've stopped giving. It will show whether they've stopped buying. It will show whether they've stopped visiting your different channels and outlets. So again, too, when you have surveys in place from time to time, and again, all of these things boils down to communication. When from time to time you engage with your customers, you can gauge their responses. You can get to know those who are buying from their For somebody who may have been doing millions and for whatever reason decides to reduce that, those are some ways, you know, you can. It's a straightforward thing. What you put into it, you get to see. You know how they are responding. You know from your data whether they've stopped buying from you or whether they've increased, you know,
The
their purchase
patronage.
history or purchase, yeah,
Mm.
patronage. Exactly.
Thank you very much. So, what role does customer service play in fostering customer loyalty?
Oh, it plays a very, very important role. What it does is this. One thing about a CEO, as you grow, you can't be everywhere in your business. You can't do the technical, you can't play the technical role in the business. You might not even be able to do much managerial duties. You operate at a strategic level. So excellent customer service will provide you the feedback you need. When you get all of those wonderful ideas and innovative strategies and sell it to management, customer service will let you know whether it's working or not. So when issues are attended to promptly, you know that your customer service is working. When somebody stops buying or somebody stops patronizing your outlets or donating with excellent customer service, like I said earlier, people want to be treated like human beings, you know, and with no strings attached, you know, without them wondering, oh, so why are they doing this? This is strange. People want to feel like human beings. You know, sometimes when they walk into your business and they can feel it. They can feel when the salesperson, the customer service person, in fact, your customer service starts from the gate. It's not until when they walk into the air conditioned reception that customer service starts. It starts from the gate man. And so when recruiting, every organization must filter the kind of people they are putting at their front desk offices right from the gate because it says a lot, it speaks a lot. A lot of business deals have been cancelled, a lot of negative perceptions have been generated, you know, about businesses just because of the kind of reception they got from the gate and even from the front desk. So it's not something that should be negotiated at all. Somebody says something. When you pay peanuts, you get monkeys as staff. So when you're getting people, even as your gate men, and they are not well motivated, whatever you get at the end of the day, you have yourself to blame. When you hire people who can not even communicate properly, not to even talk about understanding the vision and mission of your organization, and you put them as your front desk officers, it's just going to be a matter of time. It's going to wreck that business down. You might have tons of millions of products you're selling. You might have services worth, you know, millions that you're offering. But when people interface with your business, and at every level too, whether it's online, whether it's physically, and the perception they meet does not match their expectation, it would lead to serious business failure.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope our audience are getting these tips to make sure that they do the needful to retain their customers and give a lasting and a productive impression to customers in order to sustain customer loyalty. So, we are in the era of technology. There's no business that is exempt from the impact of technology. Therefore, how can we use technology and data to enhance customer loyalty programs?
All right. So what's technology is basically a tool, right, to help achieve your objective. The principles are still the same, right? The tools are universal. They are available to everybody, whether you're in Asia, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in the Sahara Desert or the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. Technology is available to everyone, right? And so what it does basically is that it allows you to segment your customers. It allows you to understand their behavior, right? Because when purpose is not known, what you don't understand, you will abuse. What you don't know, what you don't know how to use, you will misplace it, right? So with technology, there are a lot of things that you can do to increase your customer loyalty. You can track their engagement. You can get to know whether people are responding, to your new product offerings. You can, and these days, I mean, it's the easiest and even the cheapest way to know what is working when it comes to advertising or not. It's the easiest way to know whether what perception people have about your brand. It's the easiest way to analyze customer behavior. It's the easiest way to know whether people are following your brand or not. Oh, sometimes it may not translate into money in the bank immediately, but on the long run, it gives everyone, and both at the managerial level, both at the leadership level, even gives your stakeholders insight about what's working, and what is not working. So, working with data, basically tracking your customer experiences, segmenting them effectively, knowing their buying patterns is very important. And there are so many tools available to do that. All you need to do is to engage the experts, who know how to use these tools. And of course, if you have them in-house, please, I will encourage everyone to use it. We are in the age of, I mean, right now we have artificial intelligence. We used to say it before, we are in the information age. I make bold to announce that we have moved beyond the information age. We are in the era of artificial intelligence. And what
Intelligent.
is AI? Yes, it's basically another tool that we can use to better our lives. It's another tool we can use to make better informed business
Decision.
decisions. So it's not something we should fear. It's not something we should avoid. It's not something that we should misconstrue. It's out there for your business, and at every level we operate, whether you're in the health sector, where I saw a video some time ago of a robot that has been designed to conduct surgery. I'm telling you, surgery. I also gathered that Harvard, come September, one of the courses, coding actually, will be taken by a robot, right? So technology is basically a tool, and we need to embrace it to make life easier, and of course to increase customer loyalty.
Thank you very much. That's the key word. Embrace technology. There's no running from it. It's a moving train. If you don't catch on, you'll be left on the track. So, with that said, had beautiful responses on technology, the importance of customer loyalties. Are there risks in building customers or challenges, whichever way we want to look at it, building businesses that will face customer loyalty?
Are there risks? Are there challenges? Well,
Yeah.
yes and no. Yes, because um, every time you want to take a new step in life, there will always be the learning curve. There will always be gray areas. There will always be um, some areas that um, people may, of course, resist, whether at the stakeholder level or even from your customers. Like I said earlier, what people do not understand, what they fear them. So sometimes it could just be a knowledge gap that needs to be breached. And like I said earlier, there are experts who you can engage. Sometimes it could be budget constraints. And again, no, because at every level you can always come in. You don't need to have the high and mighty um, tech tools, you know, to engage your customer. You don't need to have millions of dollars. You don't need to wait till you have millions of dollars, in your budget before you can execute simple customer loyalty programs. It's just about, even with your basic whatever, whether you have a brick and mortar business, all you need to put in place is basic record keeping practices. And of course, you can transition that to your basic MS Word, and of course, ensuring that people who are working with you, stay fresh, stay updated, they keep growing, they keep learning, and of course, there are so many free courses online that people can even watch. Smartphones are easily accessible now. So that's why I said, in terms of cost, there are always different ways, people can come in to make sure these things are done. So that should take care of the challenges. And again, for any
Yeah.
business that strives to grow, you need to plan for these things, right? And if you don't plan, that business will definitely phase out. Once you notice that people are no longer buying from you, whatever it needs to be done, whatever needs to be done, needs to be put in place to make it happen.
Okay. So, with all this, are there cultural or regional differences in customer loyalty trends and approaches? Do you
Oh
have
yes, there
differences?
there are there are when it comes to loyalty trends, you need to understand um, your environment. No business can operate in a silo. Wherever you are, you need to know how people perceive certain practices. So I heard, some time ago that an organization hired, or decided to conduct some CSR practices, free medical outreach, But guess what? The people, beneficiaries, supposed beneficiaries, in that region, resisted it for various cultural reasons. So when there are roadblocks based on people's cultural practices, what an organization needs to do is to understand it in the first place and look for other means that they are more comfortable with. Sometimes it will require more um, engagement. It might require more. In fact, it might even require a higher level of stakeholders engagement, especially influencers within that community. Once you are able to get influencers, and win them to your side, that way your decision or your strategy to increase loyalty wouldn't face too much setback.
Thank you very much. What are some of the ethical considerations when we are designing customer loyalty?
Yes, thank you for that follow-up question, Mark. A lot of time people are concerned about data privacy. So when you begin to conduct surveys and let people know that, okay, you want to better serve them and all of that, there's usually that fear of, okay, I hope you're not mining my data for ulterior purposes and all of that. So as an organization, you need to be transparent when doing that. um, Ensure that you keep to your word, because basically um, it will backfire when people get to know that you don't keep your words. When you fail to deliver on the promised rewards after exciting them with that strategy in quotes, it will put that organization as one that is, not honest or accountable to the people. So those things come into play, and at the end of the day, it still boils down to the values that that organization abides by. And those things will always spread like wildfire when people get to know that at the end of the day, their data is not used for what they expect it to be used for. When the organization doesn't keep its promises, and when there's no transparency in even rewarding customers, it will definitely backfire. So organizations need to ensure that their word is their bond.
Okay, thank you very much. How can people create a personalized experience to strengthen customer loyalty? Just in a few words.
So it's basically being flexible, really. Every business or most customers would love to patronize any product that they see meets their needs. And for any business, you must be able to make sure that your product, sometimes you might need to unbundle it, right? So if you're providing a basket load and you're selling it at X amount, for somebody who may not be able to afford that product, what you're doing is that you're taking him out of your customer um, base, right? So it just boils down to providing, first of all, understanding your customers, then of course making sure that their preferences are met. And I see that happen, in one of the FMCG's products that some of us might be familiar with. Most of their products in the past have been in cans, bottles, and I mean jars. But recently, I started seeing their products. I don't want to mention the name. If I mention, I'm sure we might be familiar, but I know they are not paying for the
Exactly.
advert. So
Exactly.
recently, I started seeing their products in sachet format. I was like, wow. If I first of all saw it in the north, when I traveled there recently, and I saw it in sachet, I was like, wow. Whoever gave these people this idea has really launched them back into the market, because at some point it was looking like the product was just for an elite set of people, but having to put the same quality of product now this time around in a sachet format, I'm telling you,
Affordable
I
to
got it.
the low
Exactly. It
end.
was cheaper, but still the same quality. And I tell you, it's everywhere as we speak right now. So that to me is personalizing, the experience to increase customer loyalty.
And
So
a
for
bit
somebody
of
who may not be able.
innovation.
Exactly. So when you're
Innovation.
able to interact with your customers, you know what they like, you know what they need. It's from there new ideas will come forward on how to serve them better. It will increase that emotional connection and, of course, the loyalty that they have. In fact, they will go all out to sound your trumpet, say no. If people's products are not as tasty as we expect, or if there's any deviation, this particular product will always stand the test of time.
Thank you very much. I wish we can go on and on. But just one very quick one, just in a second, if you can answer this for us. What is the role of customer feedback and reviews in building customer loyalty?
All right. Like I earlier said, it's very important. What it does is that it provides areas for improvement. It will demonstrate that that business is listening. It demonstrates the fact that the customer is taken as king, because every customer wants to be treated as king. When I speak to you and you listen and you act on the instruction or the request I make, I will feel important. It will endear me to you better, and I will even want to continue, to do things that will make you look good, because I feel that you have my back. So it is with, businesses. When you listen to your customers, again, like I said earlier on, listen to your internal customers and your external customers, and you act on the feedback that they get, it will build loyalty. Everybody needs a listening ear, whether they
Fantastic.
are young, whether they are old. Everybody needs a listening ear. But I want to also say this before we close, that every business, while getting feedback from your customer, while customer loyalty is very good, it reduces marketing costs. I would say it's not final. That should not make you relax. Set aside some funds. Ensure you also go out there, to spend and get new customers, because what it can also do is that it can make some businesses laid back. Okay, so we have repeat customers, we have customers who we don't have to spend so much. I mean, look at Google, for example. despite the fact that Google is a search engine and everybody uses Google one way or the other, or most people, they still advertise one way or the other,
Yeah.
right? And there are several products that, sometimes we wonder, why are they still advertising, or why is this person still campaigning? It's obvious that he's going to win the election. It's obvious that you are the market leader. Why are you still spending money on advert? They know what they are doing. There is a reason behind it. It's so that they don't become complacent. It's because the moment you, and again, you must understand that no matter how good they want to be, some customers will always want to keep you as their best kept secret. You might be you might be able to provide excellent customer service, you spend and give them rewards, and for no reason, maybe self-preservation, they won't,
Taiwo, we need to round up.
you know
I
what,
wish we can. I wish we can go on. I'm sure
I,
if we have another session, we will not even be able to exhaust
thank
all
you
that
very
you
much.
have for us. We are so
Thank you
so
very much.
grateful.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, the starting time ate into our time, but you've done wonderfully well on
Thank you.
sharing your insight and great experience. We appreciate you so highly. We probably have to have a part two of this session in not too distant in the
Definitely.
future, if you
Definitely.
don't mind and consider us as Oliver Twist. We are
I
so
look forward
grateful,
to it.
Taiwo.
I
Thank,
look forward
thank you
to it.
very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
He has given us, my distinguished audience, I'm sure you agree with me that he has given us quite a lot to ponder on. Our feedback section will just be brief because he has covered most of the points, and fulfilling that formality of feedback because time is really fast running out. Key points: one is understanding customer loyalty is very, very key. We should create memorable customer experience. That's also key in retaining and wooing other customers. Then building trust and transparency is also very important. Your customers should be able to rely on what you say you will give them, and it is what you are giving them. Even if it's services, what you promise to render is what you should give. Loyalty programs and incentive, very, very important to keep attracting and retaining old customers. Engaging customers through communication, communication. That cannot be overrated because it's important that you understand your customers' requirements and they also understand the perspective of the business from your side so that you'll be able to carry them along. Employee engagement and customer loyalty, we've been told these are very critical stakeholders, the internal customers. We call them employee, but they are our internal customers. They have to be satisfied with the way the company is treating them. They have to have overall competency to represent us and the desire to represent us very well. Some will even want to badmouth the product of the company that engage them. It depends on how you make them feel. And we've been told we should engage in treating our internal customers, that is staff, very well so that they will be happy to represent us and promote our products or services. So personalization and customer loyalty is also a unique way of staying abreast of others. That's giving unique value. Handling customer complaints and resolving issues, which is also born from feedback, is very important. And he has told us that it will show that we are a listening company, a listening business, and we are taking seriously what customers are giving us as feedback. And we should measure the success or otherwise that we are making of our customer loyalty. That is tracking the efforts we are making. How is it yielding? Is it yielding what we expect, or we need to do more? So our KPIs, we have to keep an eye on it. And as well, staying ahead of competition. That is very important. Otherwise, we become redundant. He has given an example of Google. Even though Google has a lot of people giving it a run for its money these days. But that's a topic for another day. We have to be innovative, improve on our product. We should not be laid back or say, okay, we are enjoying good business, therefore you just take it for granted. Other people are watching and they also want to compete and take over. So, in conclusion, building customer loyalty is not just a strategy, it's a mindset that shapes the way we interact with our valued customers. By consistently delivering exceptional experiences, personalized services, and going the extra mile, we can foster long lasting relationships and turn customers into loyal brand advocates. They will even tell others about your product free of charge. Remember, customer loyalty is a journey, not a destination, and it requires continuous effort and dedication. Let's stay committed to providing unparalleled value and earning the trust of our customers every step of the way. Together, we can create a loyal customer base that will support and elevate our businesses to greater heights. Once again, I want to appreciate our guest today, the expert in the house. He has done very well, as well as appreciate our online audience. You've been fantastic. Aderinto, Adetunji from Surulere, our regular viewers, Taiwo, Joe, and all. I appreciate all of you for remaining loyal to this show. I hope you have all enjoyed today's episode. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Comfort Eyitayo. Once you have subscribed, please remember to turn on the notification button, like and share our videos. Stay updated with information about upcoming events, solutions, and offers on my Instagram account at Comfort Eyitayo, as well as my Facebook at Comfort Eyitayo. Till I come your way again, I hope and pray that you continue to build a viral customer loyalty base so that your business will continue to grow from strength to strength and make you to flourish. Thank you once again. Till we meet next time, good luck in all your endeavor. Bye for now.